Some people look for specs, and others look for a certain type of look. And if you're that person, then look no further than the Canon 5D Classic, because this camera right here has a unique look that I've never seen in any other camera, at least ones that I've used. But this camera is something special. And are the images what people say they are? You better believe it. So the answer is yes. Hands down, the answer is yes. If you are looking at the Canon 5D Classic and you're wondering, should you buy it? The answer is hands down yes. And I'm going to explain to you why, if you're interested in this camera and you come across a good deal, you need to pick it up. So I'm not going to get into a bunch of technical specs about this camera. Mainly what I'm going to focus on is the image quality and a few reasons why I love this camera, and if you find it at a good deal, why I feel that you have to pick it up. You're probably wondering, is the image quality everything that people say it is? Is it as good as they say it is? And I'm going to say yes. The answer is yes. See, one of the things I love the most about this camera is that it has a unique image. It has a beautiful image quality that's very reminiscent of film. It looks very nostalgic. It has a noise to it. It has a grain to it. The images have a texture to them. When you're shopping around and looking at different cameras, whether that's for photography or for videography, you always want a certain look. I know certain people want a certain look. Now, some people are into the latest and greatest. They like all the newest specs. They like all the megapixels. They like the Kodak, all this blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, most people are looking for a certain type of look. Now, let's be clear. This camera probably isn't for everybody. But if you like your images to have a certain bit of artistic flair to it, you want them to have a certain feel, a certain look, a certain texture, this camera will help you achieve that. As somebody who started out shooting on film, when I switched over to digital, I missed that film look. But when I got my hands on this camera, it just took me back to when I was shooting at 35mm film, whether that was color, whether that was black and whites. This was a digital camera that had that film look. Now, another reason that I love this camera is because it has a full frame sensor. Now, most of the cameras that I shot with, in fact, all of the cameras that I shot with before getting this camera were all on crop sensors. So those APS-C sensors, right? And there's a lot of debate around this, whether being on a full frame sensor is better than being on a crop sensor, or it doesn't really matter, it's just a matter of spacing. And to be honest with you, I don't really know. But I do know this, that there was a difference. When I switched to this camera from going from crop sensors to full frame, something changed. It just, like I said, it reminded you of shooting on 35mm film. Now, I understand that not everybody has shot on 35mm film, but if you ever did, once you pick this camera up, it brings it all back. And then the images that you get out of this camera makes it even better. Now, what some might see as a deal breaker, for me, is another reason that I personally love this camera so much. And that's that it only takes photos. It only does stills. It's not, it doesn't do any video, right? And so for a lot of people, they're hybrid shooters, right? Especially if they're content creators, right? Or maybe it's just something for, they're a hobbyist or an enthusiast, right? So usually those type of people are hybrid shooters. And most of the modern DSLRs and even older DSLRs, to be honest with you, have both video and photo abilities. But with this camera, you can only take stills. And personally, I like that. I feel like it simplifies the process. It makes things easier. When I'm using this camera, I know that I'm only going to be taking pictures. And this might be, I don't know how scientific this is, but I believe that because this camera was made specifically for photography, I feel like you get an elevated level of images, because that's the only thing that was in mind when it came to this camera, was the photos, the stills, right? You weren't worrying about video and what resolution and this, that, and the third, and frame rates and all that other jazz. All you're worried about is having a beautiful image with a unique quality. Now, does this camera have some downsides? Yeah, every camera has downsides. There's no such thing as a perfect camera. For example, I believe that the ISO on this camera only goes up to about 3200, right? So it can get a little tricky in low light situations, but it's really not a problem if you have a fast lens. And even shooting at 3200 ISO, you get green, but it's a pleasing green. It's like, it's acceptable. It's almost like it's welcome because it's reminiscent of film. It's like a film grain. It's not like a noisy noise that you might see on, say, like a Rebel type of model when you start getting really high up in the ISOs and then you get all this like colored noise. It's not like that. I feel like I've never seen colored noise on this camera. It's only been like, you know, like film grain texture type of noise. Now, another downside about this camera is that it doesn't have a flip out screen. And that's actually, for me, not a downside because rarely do I ever use the screen to take photos. I'm the type of person who's always using a viewfinder, so not having a flip out screen or not really being able to compose your shots on the screen itself is not a deal breaker. Now, and aside from that, I really can't think of any other complaints about this camera. The only thing might be the media, which is a little bit older, right? What it uses is a compact flash card, right? So that's what you would see in a lot of older models. But what I ended up doing was getting this adapter here. So you can take an SD card, plug it into this adapter right here. Bada bing, bada boom, you're ready to go. Just click it into place. And then you just slide that bad boy in and you're ready to start shooting. So the price of this camera, you could probably get the body for around $200, maybe a little bit under $200. And you can probably find the body, a lens, and maybe even a grip for around $500. So it's really not expensive. If you're already somebody who's in the Canon, family, and you have lenses that can go right on this bad boy, it's good to go. I myself, I mainly shoot Canons. So I like to pair vintage lenses using an adapter with these bodies here. And when you match those lenses with this camera, you really get some cool and interesting results. So in conclusion, for the price, to me, it's a no-brainer. If you can get it for the cheap, right? You can get it for the low. Maybe you find something on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. You need to go ahead and pull the trigger, especially if you're already a Canon shooter, because you can start to integrate all of your lenses with this camera. And trust me, if you're somebody who's looking for a look, you're looking for a certain type of look, a certain type of image quality. You don't care about it being super crispy, super clean, super digitally sharp. Maybe that's not your flow. Or maybe you want it to have a more of an authentic feel. I feel like this camera right here does just that. And for all those reasons, that's why I love this camera. This is honestly a camera that I will never sell. I don't care how many new cameras I get, I'm always gonna keep this camera around. And if this camera ever broke, I would look to find another one. So hopefully that was useful and helpful. If you are looking at this camera, you're thinking about purchasing one, or maybe you're just a 5D Classic fanboy like myself. Either way, let me know. Are you looking for this camera? Are you shooting this camera? Drop me a comment down below. And until the next time, keep on doing what you're doing and keep on shooting. Peace.